I'm gonna give you the 4 best exercises to use a sled to improve your wrestling performance, and we're gonna start right now. What's up, everybody? It's Dane Miller from GarageStrength.com, and if this is your first time to the channel and you want to become an explosive freak, you want to improve your grip strength, you want to become a better athlete, get stronger, run a little faster, make sure you like, subscribe, and you ring that notification bell so we can help you become a champion. So over the last decade here at Garage Strength, we've had multiple NCAA All-Americans in the sport of wrestling come through our doors. We've had multiple Pennsylvania State champions. We've had multiple Pennsylvania State medalists, and we've even trained Nick Gwiazdowski, 2-time world bronze medalist, multiple-time Pan-American champion in freestyle wrestling. And we can contribute a lot of our success in the sport of wrestling to various different things that we do in the weight room. And we're very, very creative when it comes down to our wrestling-based training. And when it comes to working with sleds, we are no different. We love to utilize sled work when we're improving the power output of our wrestlers. We love to use sleds to increase grip strength, and we're gonna give you those 4 top sled exercises right now. That first exercise is going to be a lower body movement, and it's going to be a low sled push. So we like to use a very, very low sled push. And what this is going to mimic is when the wrestler is changing a level, when they're changing their levels and they're taking a low single leg. I like to think about John Smith dropping down and taking that super, super low leg. And that's where we're gonna see that low sled drive come into play. Our wrestlers are able to change their hip level, change their body positioning, and drive forward as rapidly as possible. They're gonna have that steep shin angle, they're gonna be in an overhead position, and they're gonna continuously drive forward. And when our wrestlers learn how to use their strength in this manner, now they're able to finish those low legs a little bit more effectively because they're strong in that position. That's gonna carry over to the mat. That second sled exercise that we love to utilize is gonna be for the upper body, and that's gonna be a sled pull, typically done with a 2-inch rope. And this is something that could be done standing, it could be done seated. But something that we forget is what that 2-inch rope does. And when we're focusing on doing that sled pull, the 2-inch rope is gonna make our grip be more explosive. We're gonna feel that stimulation in our bicep, in our forearms, in our lats. And that's gonna carry over tremendously to arm drags. That's gonna carry over tremendously to that knee pick. Whatever it might be, it's going to be very taxing. It's also gonna teach our wrestlers how to coordinate their ab strength with their upper back strength as well. If they lean forward, they're gonna be in a little bit more of an overhead position, and this is gonna even help them with that mat strength, with the collar tie that you're gonna feel when the athlete's heavy on the head. We like to utilize sled pulls with the upper body 2 to 3 times a week, anywhere from 4 to 5 sets with 20 to 30 meters of pulling. Heading into another upper body movement when we're utilizing our sleds, we like to use something called sled curls. Okay, so we like to use straps where we're gonna have our wrestlers take a little bit of a step backwards and then curl towards their face. They're gonna take another step backwards, curl aggressively towards their face. And so what this does is it actually helps coordinate our hip extension with rapid bicep flexion or elbow flexion. And this is gonna help wrestlers hit heavy underhooks. Okay, so if we have a wrestler that might throw a little bit more dominantly than other athletes, they like to get underhooks very aggressively. Think about Bo Nickel hitting that big time underhook to put his opponent in a precarious position. That's where those explosive sled curls come into play. Now our wrestlers know how to flex their trunk. They know how to squeeze their abs and aggressively hit that big underhook because they've done sled curls for 4 to 6 sets for 15 to 20 total reps. Finally, we're gonna go back to the lower body with the sled, and we're gonna work on that bear crawl with a harness. And I love this exercise. Once you get into that bear crawl position, you're gonna have that steep shin angle. It's gonna help that power step with your penetration shot. If you have a very strong power leg when you're taking that penetration step, now you can close in on your opponents much quicker. And doing bear crawls with the harness is gonna teach you to be fast. It's gonna teach you how to accelerate with the sled on your back. And we like to utilize this from a speed-based perspective, only having 1 or 2 or 3 plates on. But we also like to do this with 6 or 7 or 8 plates on the sled because it can mimic different positions and different levels of fatigue. But when the wrestler has that harness hooked up, they've got to get low, they've got to change their level, they've got to drive forward, and they have to be as explosive as possible. So utilize these 4 sled exercises in your programming. If you need help in your programming, you can head over to GarageStrength.com. You can pick up our preseason 12-week wrestling program. You can pick up our 12-week in-season wrestling program. If you want more content and more videos about wrestling training, you can click on this card right here. Until next time, guys, peace.